Okay, let's start with a weird question. What would happen if you jumped into one of those giant glowing blue pools where nuclear power plants keep their used fuel rods? Sounds like a sci-fi dare, right? But these pools actually exist, and yes, they really do glow blue. It's called Cherenkov radiation, and it makes the water look like something out of a superhero origin story. But instead of giving you superpowers, would it just vaporize you? Or could you actually take a swim? First, let's set the stage. Inside a nuclear power plant, after fuel rods have done their job of generating energy, they're still incredibly radioactive. You can't just toss them in a dumpster. They're stored in deep pools filled with water, sometimes more than 40 feet deep. The water does two things. It cools the fuel rods, which stay hot for years. It blocks radiation, keeping workers safe as long as the rods stay submerged. So picture a giant swimming pool, except at the bottom are glowing sticks of death. And we're asking, what if you dove in? Step 1, getting in. Believe it or not, if you jumped into the shallow end, you'd probably be fine, at least for a few minutes. The water itself isn't radioactive. It's just regular water that acts as a shield. As long as you're several feet above the fuel rods, the radiation reaching you would be relatively small. In fact, technicians sometimes work above these pools without hazmat suits. So, dipping your toes at the surface? Safe. Floating around for a quick swim? Also pretty safe. The danger comes when you start moving down. Step 2, swimming deeper. The deeper you go, the closer you get to the rods. Radiation gets exponentially stronger as distance shrinks. If you swam halfway down, say 20 feet above the rods, you'd start absorbing a lot more radiation. We're talking the kind of dose that could give you radiation sickness if you stayed too long. Symptoms: nausea, vomiting, fatigue. Basically the worst pool party hangover ever. Step 3, touching the rods. Now, let's say you're reckless, maybe filming a Daredevil YouTube video, and you swim all the way down and actually touch a fuel rod. That would be the last mistake. The radiation here is insanely intense. Even brushing against one for a few seconds could give you a lethal dose. It wouldn't feel like fire or electricity. You wouldn't notice anything in the moment, but hours later, your body would start breaking down at the cellular level. Within days, organs would fail. There's no swimming away from that. Here's the wild part. The water itself is so good at blocking radiation that if you stay just a few meters away, you'd probably live. But cross that invisible line, and the radiation silently destroys you. It's like swimming in a pool where the deep end isn't labeled 12 feet, it's labeled instant death. So what's the big reveal? Swimming in a nuclear storage pool is surprisingly survivable, as long as you stay near the surface. A quick cannonball? Totally fine. A casual lap? Risky, but maybe okay. A deep dive? Game over. It's not the water that kills you, it's how close you get to those rods glowing at the bottom. And the takeaway is kind of mind-blowing. The scariest looking pool in the world, glowing like an alien spaceship, might actually be safer to dip your feet into than a random hot tub at a sketchy motel. Just don't test that theory. So, would you swim in one if you had the chance? Or would you stay as far away as possible? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed diving into this bizarre what if, make sure to like the video, hit subscribe, and keep the science questions coming. Because hey, sometimes the weirdest questions make the best answers.